10 things a man should never do with a woman. Stoicism. Modern Stoic. The true victor is not the one who defeats others, but the one who masters himself. Unknown. True strength isn't about control over others, but mastery over oneself. The man who knows how to treat a woman, not out of fear, but with wisdom and discipline, embodies true power. Strength is found in character, not in force. Modern Stoicism teaches us that a man should never allow his emotions, ego, or impulses to betray his honor, especially in relationships. Too often, men fall into traps that quietly erode trust, respect, and genuine connection. But this isn't just about being nice, it's about being great. A man of stoic wisdom leads with clarity, calmness, and quiet strength. This isn't about giving in to fleeting desires, it's about cultivating integrity and being true to yourself. In this video, we'll uncover the 10 things a man should never do with a woman, not because society says so, but because Stoic principles demand that a real man never compromises his dignity for momentary satisfaction. If you want to be the kind of man who commands respect and admiration, one who leaves a lasting impact, then listen closely. What we discuss here may forever alter how you approach relationships and love. 1. Don't agree with everything she says or accept all her offers. When you agree with everything a woman says, it comes across as a lack of independence. It signals to her that you're not thinking critically, that you're simply following her lead without offering your own perspective. This is a subtle, yet powerful way to lose respect in her eyes. The more you agree just to please her, the more you risk being seen as a man who doesn't stand firm in his own beliefs. And when a woman sees this, she'll likely place you in the friend zone. You'll be the safe, predictable option, someone she can rely on for favors, but not someone she sees as her equal partner. The danger here is that you'll be used for the little things she wants, driving her and her friends around, running errands, or simply taking her out when she has no one else to go with. These might seem like innocent requests, but they form a pattern that reinforces your role as someone who is dispensable. This is not a place where you want to be, especially if you're truly attracted to her. She may not have ill intentions, but by constantly saying yes to her demands, you make it clear that you're available whenever she needs something, no matter how big or small. However, you need to know your worth. You are not a service provider, and you certainly shouldn't be treated as one. When a woman asks for something, whether it's time, effort, or a favor, take a moment to think before saying yes. Sometimes the best response is no. It doesn't mean you're rejecting her or that you don't care. Rather, it signals that you have your own life, your own goals, and your own values. This is a healthy boundary that she will come to respect. It's important to realize that if you weren't available, she would find another solution. This is not about being harsh. It's about recognizing the fine line between being a supportive, equal partner and being taken advantage of. In relationships, respect is earned through mutual effort. By allowing yourself to say no, you create space for a woman to see that you value your time, your energy, and your self-respect. It's the same idea as Stoicism, an ancient wisdom that emphasizes self-control and setting healthy boundaries. A man who knows when to say no and sticks to it is seen as a man of integrity, one who doesn't bend to every whim, but instead stays true to his principles. By not accepting every offer and not agreeing with everything she says, you maintain your dignity and establish a dynamic of mutual respect. You are not her backup option. You are her equal, and that's what makes you a man of value. Don't fail this test. In life, relationships, and self-respect, the ability to say no is a powerful tool that only the wise and self-assured use. 2. Don't share your problems with a woman. One of the most powerful yet misunderstood principles in a man's journey is the way he handles vulnerability, especially in front of a woman. Many men, in an effort to build connection, fall into the trap of oversharing their problems, thinking it will create intimacy. But here's the truth that most won't tell you. A high-value woman does not want to lead a man emotionally. She wants to feel protected, secure, and led by a man who can stand firm even when the storm hits. As the ancient Stoics taught, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one. Marcus Aurelius. When you show her your chaos, your unresolved issues, your emotional fragility, you strip away the very foundation of masculine strength that sets you apart. Women are wired to test strength, not out of malice, but instinct. They seek the best man available, often unconsciously comparing the options in front of them. So when she asks about your struggles, remember, it's not always an invitation to unload. It's a subtle challenge, a probe to see if you are the calm in the storm or just another man who can't hold his ground. Instead of spilling your problems, show composure. Say you're handling things. Let your actions speak louder than your words. Then, once you've conquered the challenge, circle back and share how you solved it. Not to seek validation, but to demonstrate capability. That's when her admiration grows. This is how a king moves. And when you need to vent or strategize, find another man you respect. Iron sharpens iron. Share your battles with those who fought their own, not with someone who is biologically driven to look for strength in a partner. Remember, results are more attractive than intentions. A man who handles things in silence, then delivers with quiet confidence, builds unshakable trust. So let this be your first rule of masculine discipline. Never share your problems prematurely. Hold your frame. Handle your business. And if this resonates with you, comment below. A real man solves first, speaks later. Let's build a generation of grounded, powerful men, one principle at a time. 3. Don't rush into becoming her boyfriend. Wait at least 6 months. Take your time before committing. Why? Because you need time to truly get to know her. In the beginning, everything feels intense. It's the honeymoon phase, and you might think she's the one. A man who values his peace doesn't rush into chaos disguised as love. One of the worst mistakes a man can make is rushing into the role of her boyfriend too soon. In a world that idolizes instant gratification, where modern dating moves fast and feelings are mistaken for facts, the real warrior slows down. He observes. He assesses. He withholds commitment like a king guards his throne. 6 months. That is your proving ground. Not for her to prove her worth to you, but for you to master your judgment, to let time strip away illusion, to see who she truly is behind the charm and curated smiles. At first, everyone puts their best foot forward. That's the honeymoon haze. The danger lies in believing that version is permanent. As Epictetus said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Don't be afraid to look like the one who waits, because most men dive in, hoping, dreaming, only to drown later in disappointment. Not you. You are the calm in the storm. You are the observer, not the reactor. 6 months will reveal if she is kind when things go wrong, if she respects your boundaries, if she values your time or tries to control it. These things do not surface on date 1. They emerge over seasons, and while the world may mock your patience, your discipline will shield you from unnecessary pain. Take this time not just to know her, but to know yourself in relation to her. Do you feel stronger with her or more insecure? Does she pull you closer to your purpose or further from your principles? A Stoic man knows that love is not just chemistry, it's compatibility. It's not just emotion, it's alignment. So instead of locking yourself into something that feels good temporarily, invest in what will endure. And during that waiting period, you are free to explore, free to reflect, free to grow. Freedom is power. Never hand over your power because of loneliness or pressure. That is how kings fall. Let this truth burn into your mind. Commitment is not a gift to throw away. It's a weapon, a shield, and a responsibility. So wield it wisely. Take your time. She will either respect the man who leads with patience or reveal herself by walking away. Either way, you win. The greatest illusion in modern dating is that speed equals sincerity. But in reality, speed is often fear in disguise, the fear of being alone, of missing out. Don't fall for that. Reverse the pressure. Make her prove she's worth your future. That's not arrogance. That's wisdom earned through experience. If this hit home for you, like the video, subscribe for more wisdom that sharpens your mind and strengthens your soul. And comment below to make it real. I lead with patience, not pressure. Let the world know you're not just another man chasing love. You are the kind of man love has to rise up to meet. 4. Don't buy her affection. Let's get straight to the point. Never try to win a woman's affection with gifts or material things. If she's truly interested in you, it should be because of who you are, your character, strength, and masculinity, not what you can buy her. If she stays with you because of the material things you provide, then her interest is built on shallow grounds. She values the things over your genuine self, and that's a dangerous foundation for any relationship. The core of attraction between men and women is rooted in masculine energy and feminine energy, not the stuff you can buy. Yes, buying her gifts might make her happy in the short term, but it's not authentic. It's like building a house on sand. Eventually, the truth will emerge, and you'll be left questioning, does she like me for who I am, or for what I provide? And let's be honest, that uncertainty will eat away at your self-esteem. You'll find yourself doubting if you're worthy of her without the shiny things. Worse, constantly showering her with material gifts may actually send the wrong signal. A woman with wisdom and clarity can spot this. She might think you're trying to compensate for a deeper insecurity, perhaps a lack of confidence or a fear of not being enough. A smart, self-aware woman sees through these gestures, and that's when she may start distancing herself. The very thing you thought would make her stay could push her away. Instead of relying on material gifts, focus on showcasing your worth through your actions, your integrity, and your ability to lead your own life with confidence. Build a connection based on trust, mutual respect, and emotional depth, not on the things you can give her. Show her who you are in the way you carry yourself, the way you treat others, and the way you handle life's challenges. Your true value is found in your character, not your credit card balance. As Marcus Aurelius once said, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice. In the context of relationships, the best way to win her over is to be a man of substance, not a man who buys his way into affection. When she sees the real you, strong, confident, and authentic, she will respect and appreciate you for who you are, not for what you give. So I ask you, are you ready to be the man who attracts through authenticity, not material things? Share your thoughts below, and let's start a conversation. 5. Don't confuse her kindness with flirting. When dealing with a woman, it's crucial to distinguish between kindness and romantic interest. Women, by nature, are empathetic and caring, but their kindness doesn't always signal romantic intentions. Many men, however, often misinterpret this kindness as flirting or romantic interest, leading them to make assumptions that can misguide their actions. To understand the difference, think of your conversations like a game of ping pong. In ping pong, the ball is constantly exchanged. It's a back-and-forth dynamic. A healthy conversation, just like that game, requires both parties to contribute. If you find yourself doing all the talking, asking questions without much response or engagement from her side, it's like playing ping pong alone. She's being polite, sure, but she's not interested in taking things further. This lack of reciprocity indicates that her kindness is just that, kindness, not a signal of romantic attraction. On the other hand, if she's matching your energy, engaging in the conversation, asking you questions, and showing curiosity about your life, this is a clear sign that she's not just being polite. She's genuinely interested in you. When a woman shows a deeper level of engagement, it's not just a sign of friendly conversation, but an indicator that she values you as more than just an acquaintance. This is where the line between kindness and flirting becomes clearer. So, pay attention to the signals. If the conversation is flowing both ways and she's actively involved, that's the moment you know you're not just a subject of her politeness, but someone she's invested in on a more personal level. Understanding this subtle difference will help you avoid misreading the situation, allowing you to approach her with greater clarity and confidence. And if you find today's content very interesting, please give me a word of encouragement by commenting "very interesting" in the comments section. That is a huge motivation for us. Thank you. 6. Never over-apologize. Never over-apologize. This may seem harmless, even polite, but in the eyes of a woman, a man who constantly says sorry for things he didn't even do wrong, slowly chips away at his own presence, his own gravity. Over-apologizing is not humility. It's submission. And a stoic man, a man who has cultivated inner discipline and strength, never begs for validation. He acknowledges mistakes with grace, not groveling. Think of Marcus Aurelius, who once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." That's the energy you need to bring. Instead of defaulting to weak apologies, shift your language. If you're late, say, "Thanks for waiting." It shows respect without sacrificing your position. You're not some boy trying to earn her approval. You're a man with responsibilities. If something went wrong, don't scramble to say, "I'm sorry." Instead, pause. Breathe. Say, "I see where you're coming from." That's not weakness. That's calculated emotional control. It signals that you're not just reacting to every emotional ripple, but navigating with calm authority. And when you genuinely mess up, don't go crawling for forgiveness. Look her in the eye and say, "I'll do better next time." That's all. It's powerful. It's masculine. It's stoic. Because real strength doesn't over-explain. It corrects course and keeps walking. Women respect men who don't crumble under emotional pressure. They respect men who stay grounded. This doesn't mean be cold. It means be centered. There's a psychological effect at play here. When you apologize excessively, you train her to expect emotional dependence from you. But when you stay calm, firm, and composed, you shift the dynamic. You take control of the emotional frame. And in a world where most men are desperate to be liked, admired, or forgiven, being the man who simply stands tall and says, "I got this," is rare and magnetic. Reverse psychology works here. The less you apologize, the more respect you gain. Why? Because she starts to see you as a man who knows who he is, not a man who constantly seeks her mercy. You're not there to be rescued. You're there to lead, to be the calm in her storm, to be the man who doesn't flinch. So let this be your reminder. Don't apologize for existing. Don't apologize for being late. Don't apologize for being busy, focused, driven. Be respectful, but never needy. Never shrink yourself to earn love. It's not love if it requires you to bend your spine. Stand tall, speak with authority, live with self-respect. And if this message hits home, comment below. I am a grounded man. I do not beg for approval. Like this video if you know it's time to reclaim your strength. Subscribe for more hard truths. And remember, she doesn't want perfection. She wants presence. Powerful, unshakable presence. 7. Avoid using offensive language around her. When it comes to interacting with women, one of the most important things to consider is how you communicate. A man's choice of words can say a lot about him, and if you want to be perceived as respectful, grounded, and attractive, it's crucial to avoid using offensive language around her. This doesn't mean you need to censor yourself completely or stop expressing emotion, but being mindful of the words you choose is vital. As many men often wonder, does swearing truly reflect my personality or character? The reality is that while swearing might not always correlate with a lack of intelligence, excessive use of offensive language can still affect how others perceive you. As the ancient Stoics believed, control over our emotions and impulses is key to maintaining virtue and respect. In the modern world, the way we speak reflects our inner discipline and self-mastery. Just think about it. How often do we gravitate towards someone whose words carry weight and wisdom, rather than someone who speaks carelessly, as if every frustration must be voiced in an uncouth manner? A few mild swear words here and there might not seem like a big deal, but relying too heavily on strong language over time can weaken the impact of your words, making you come across as less refined and potentially offensive. Remember, respect is one of the most attractive qualities in a man, and a well-spoken, measured approach is far more appealing than a mouthful of curse words. If you want to be someone who commands respect and admiration, don't let offensive language be a default response in challenging situations. As the great philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." The key takeaway here is that your words shape how you're seen. So be deliberate in your speech. Keep your language clean. Use your words wisely. And you'll not only earn respect, but also become more appealing to the women you interact with. It's not about being perfect, but it's about showing the world your self-control and maturity. Now, I encourage you to think about your own communication style. Do you often rely on strong language, or do you choose your words with intention? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments below. 8. Don't pretend to be smarter than you are. When engaging with a woman, it's essential not to pretend to be smarter than you really are. It might seem tempting to bluff your way through certain topics, especially if you feel the need to impress, but that strategy usually backfires, making you seem less intelligent and more insecure. Instead, adopt intellectual humility. If there's something you don't know, don't be afraid to admit it. Simply say, "I don't know, but I'd love to learn. Could you explain it to me?" This approach fosters genuine dialogue and makes you seem much more authentic and approachable. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but in reality, it displays confidence in your own self-awareness and shows that you're comfortable with who you are. More importantly, it encourages a deeper connection because it signals that you're open-minded and willing to grow. Remember, the goal isn't to impress by pretending to have all the answers, but to form a genuine bond based on trust, openness, and mutual respect. Authenticity is always more attractive than false bravado. So, the next time you find yourself unsure about something, own it confidently. This simple yet powerful act builds a foundation of honesty, creating an atmosphere where both parties can learn from each other and grow together. Incorporating these principles into your relationships will lead to more meaningful connections. It's about being the best version of yourself, confident, strong, and true to who you are. Authenticity and intellectual humility not only foster respect, but naturally increase attraction. So the next time you're in a conversation, remember that vulnerability and openness create stronger, more real connections. It's not about playing games or pretending to be something you're not. It's about being yourself and letting your true qualities shine through. If this advice resonates with you, hit that like button and make sure to subscribe for more insightful content on navigating relationships successfully. Don't forget to share this video with someone who could benefit from these tips. And drop a comment below to let us know which point stood out to you the most. We'd love to hear from you. What other topics would you like us to cover? Let's keep the conversation going. And as always, keep leveling up in your personal growth. 9. Don't let her lead the relationship. When it comes to relationships, one of the most important aspects of maintaining balance and respect is knowing how to lead. 9. Don't let her lead the relationship. While it's vital to listen to your partner, validate her feelings, and support her aspirations, you must never allow her to take complete control of the relationship. A woman seeks a strong, decisive man, someone who knows his values, his direction, and his purpose in life. If you constantly defer to her decisions or let her set the pace, the natural harmony of the relationship begins to shift. She'll start to feel burdened by the responsibility, and what was once a partnership can quickly turn into a one-sided dynamic. Women want a partner, not a follower. Take charge when necessary, showing her that you can lead with confidence, making decisions that reflect your values and ambitions. Leadership doesn't mean being controlling or dismissing her thoughts. It's about being assertive in guiding the relationship in a way that respects both her voice and your own. When you exhibit strength in your decisions, she'll not only respect you more, but the relationship will flourish with a healthier balance. Remember, a relationship thrives on mutual respect and shared responsibility, and a decisive man who knows where he's going will bring stability and fulfillment for both partners. Don't let fear of conflict or the need to please her take away your natural leadership role. Embrace it and watch your connection grow stronger. 10. Don't become overly available. Being constantly available to her can make you seem desperate or lacking in your own life. It's important to maintain your own interests, friends, and activities. A woman will be much more attracted to a man who has his own life and isn't waiting around for her every move. Don't cancel plans with your friends or put everything on hold just to accommodate her. It's crucial to maintain boundaries and make sure you're not losing yourself in the relationship. A man who is constantly available for a woman can quickly become taken for granted, whereas someone who values his own time will command respect and desire. It's about balance. Don't let her become your entire world. Keep working on your personal growth, goals, and independence. Bonus tip: never lose your identity in the process. Never, under any circumstance, abandon your identity to win the favor of a woman. That is not strength, that is surrender. In this modern world full of noise and confusion, where men are told to bend, adapt, and please just to be chosen, the true Stoic man stands tall, immovable like a mountain. He does not shape-shift into someone else's fantasy. He does not dilute his mission or soften his edge to avoid rejection. The moment you start changing to fit her expectations is the moment you begin to disappear. What you build in that space is not love, it's theater. And you become an actor wearing a mask that will one day fall off. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. That is your directive. Own your standards. Speak your truth. Guard your boundaries like a lion guards his territory. You don't need her approval. You command respect by being ruthlessly authentic. Some women will be intimidated by your clarity. Some will walk away, and that's a blessing in disguise. Because the right woman is not looking for a puppet. She's looking for a pillar. Remember this: a man who stands in his truth never begs to be seen. He becomes impossible to ignore. So be that man. And if you're ready to reclaim your power and never lose yourself again, comment below. I lead with strength, not approval. Like, subscribe, and share this with a man who needs to wake up. It all starts with self-respect, the core of every rule a man should live by when dealing with women. When you value your time, energy, and worth, the right woman will notice and respect you. You don't need to be perfect, just real, grounded, and unshaken. That quiet confidence is what makes a man irresistible. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. So here are 8 things a man should never do with a woman. Don't overshare your problems, it weakens your presence. Don't blindly agree with her. Respect comes from standing your ground. Don't rush into commitment. Real love takes time. Don't buy her love. It cheapens real connection. Don't mistake kindness for desire. Stay sharp. Don't over-apologize. It signals insecurity. Don't curse like a sailor. Speak with intention. Don't fake intelligence. Be honest and willing to grow. And above all, never lose yourself in trying to please her. As Emerson said, to be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. If this hits home, drop a comment below and share your story. Like, subscribe, and send this to a brother who needs it. Stay sharp, stay grounded, stay true.